We're talking about Voices Rising Community Chorus, and I'm pleased to introduce Professor Emeritus, University of Florida School of Music, Willis Bodine, and to welcome back Ruth Lewis, Artistic Director and Conductor of Voices Rising. And Ruth and Willis, it's wonderful to have you, and it's a special privilege, Willis, to have you.
Thank you.
Here
it's wonderful
as our
to be
guest.
here.
Thank you very much. And I'm learning so much about Voices Rising. And here we have the spring concert coming up.
Yes.
So tell us, Ruth.
April 28th, it's a Saturday. There'll be two performances, one at 3 o'clock and one at 7 o'clock. And it will be downtown at First United Methodist Church. There's plenty of parking right near the church. So we hope that everybody will come to one or both of the concerts. We feel very excited, I think, about this one because this is the end of our 5th anniversary season.
Right.
So we've done a lot of concerts now, and like many of our concerts, there's a great variety in this one. We have everything from Palestrina to Gilbert and Sullivan, and a really special honor that Willis Bodine has composed a piece especially for our chorus, and we will be premiering that on April 28th.
And I have to compliment you. That is just a wonderful opportunity for the chorus and for all of us in the audience. And Willis, how did all of this evolve?
Let me say quickly that I am the one who is being honored here because I am so excited and with the reception that I have gotten. A composer is always delighted when his music gets performed.
That's
I was having lunch with the president,
okay, so
Jan, and we were chatting, and she said, "Oh, Willis Bodine." I said, "Yes," and she said, "Well, I'm so and so," and we talked about it, and I said, "I've been thinking about writing a piece for Ruth Lewis's chorus," and she said, "Oh, I'm the president," and I said, "Great. Would you ask Ruth if she would like a piece?" And so that was the
back and
inception.
forth. That's
we went
how it
back
started.
and forth, and it's very unusual to have a composer and the performers work together so closely from the beginning. Usually, you think of the composer often as isolated, Garrett and so forth.
Right.
And eventually, there's the performer. Well, this was together.
This has
from
been intermeshed.
Yeah.
Oh, how
So
beautiful!
Then,
How wonderful!
like every composer, I had to start with the words.
Okay.
And I didn't know where I was because I didn't know exactly what her requirements would be, mine. So I thought, well, singing, voices, rising, what? And it suddenly came to me, the text with a voice of singing, which is a text I have known. It's from Hebrews. And I thought, wow, that'll be
that was
perfect.
the first that started to crystallize.
And that's actually the title of the work, With a Voice of Singing. And then Ruth explained that she had the youth choir, so we had to have that. And I said, Ruth, it would help if we could put an instrument with it because it invigorates the whole performance. I said, do you think you could add an instrument? And she said, oh, yes. I said, what about a clarinet? She said, yes. I said, I heard the marvelous clarinetist at one of your performing groups. So Bess DeFarber is going to play.
He's on board.
And so before I put a note on the page, I made sure that Ruth got Bess committed to the date.
Okay.
And Bess is very excited about doing the work too.
And she was at the rehearsal,
Yes.
so see, I got a little taste of this, which I was most excited about.
And then I was putting the text together, and I wanted to quote from the notes. It says, the text speaks of the joy of singing, of the music of the spheres that Pythagoras understood, that surrounds us in all parts of the universe. Young and old, we join to give sound and voice to the common vibrations of our existence, frequencies that extend even to high and low spectra far beyond our human hearing. It's a professorial statement, but that's not surprising. No. Nonverbal sonorities must serve to convey even more of this ecstasy.
And it's very dramatic work, as you heard when you were at our rehearsal.
It is. And I'm just this is just so impressive and so wonderful and touching. And just what you said about a composer doesn't often have this relationship. And I'm just learning.
Well, we go back a long way.
I know. So
when I was in graduate school, I studied organ and harpsichord with Willis.
With Willis.
She was one of the prize grad students I've ever had, and she is now my favorite colleague. And so that relationship is working out beautifully. We've traded information all through this process.
Right,
When I
working
printed the
together.
copies, that was not the end of it. I had a note from Ruth, what about page 17? This pianissimo needed to be a little, what about the slur over here? So yes,
all along
we've gone-
collaborating.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I
It's like a
understand.
Broadway show.
Yes.
I don't know whether you know about that, but that's the way Broadway shows come together. They don't just come
Exactly.
off the page.
No,
They
it's-
come in rehearsal and you work
And then
back
you
and
work-
forth. No, this song isn't working. Let's do something
No,
else.
you have to tweak it all the time.
Exactly.
Tweaking
So
it.
I'm hopeful that we've taken care of all of that and that everything is all together. I am hopeful.
Well, you'll hear it in a couple of weeks.
I will.
I know. So on April 28th, I know you will be in the audience. I'm going to be in the audience, and we are looking forward to Voices Rising Community Chorus and this wonderful opportunity for your 5th anniversary, Ruth. We congratulate you.
Thank you.
And Willis, for this wonderful opportunity that all of us can enjoy. And I thank all of my guests, very much so. And I hope that I will see you at Voices Rising Community Chorus 5th Anniversary Concert, April the 28th. I'm so glad you tuned in, and I hope you'll join us next week.